Hey, what's going on, man? This is Will Z Titwell with SpeakUPZee, and you are now tuned in to Z Speaks only on the Influence Radio. And man, this is the podcast designed to inspire, inform, encourage, and motivate the everyday innovators, creators, and movers and shakers. And last week, man, we popped this thing off with a very, very interesting topic, talking about beauty and the brokenness. Where we talk about how those broken times in our life and those pains and those hard times and those struggles, those are some of the most beautiful times in our life. If we slow down long enough to realize why we went through what we went through, which a lot of people don't do. And we capped off that week, man, with a very, very dope interview with Little Rock's own, my God, A1 Nino. And if you haven't checked that stuff out yet, man, you need to go download the app right now and go listen to that before it's too late. All right. But this week, man, I got something very, very, very special for you guys. The topic this week, man, is that the only person you need in this life is you. Because sometimes in life, y'all, there are a lot of different obstacles. There are a lot of different things that we deal with in our life. But the person that's usually responsible for those biggest obstacles in our life are us. We're the ones that are responsible for those things that hinder us in our life, that help us not reach our full potential. It's us. And by the end of this episode, one of the things that I want you to realize is that the only person that you need to believe in you, the only person that you need to achieve those things, the only thing that's holding you back is you. And that the only person that you need is you. Because something that I truly believe with my whole heart is that the purpose of life is to find your purpose in life. And when you talk about that word purpose, so many people, have their own definition of what purpose is and what it means to them. But see, the best definition that I could come up with is one from one of my favorite speakers, man, Miles Monroe. He said that when we were born, there was something that the world needed. And that thing that the world needed, God decided to hide it in you. So that when you were able and you were old enough and that time came, you could give that gift to the world. You could give them your gift. That's what purpose is. And that definition was so powerful. It spoke volume, and I hope that it made sense for you. See, but for me, I kind of look at life like a race almost. And we all running our own individual race with our own dreams and our own goals. You see, but the thing about that race is that everybody's end goal is the same. And what is it? Like in any race, it's to make it to the finish line. But see, the thing about life is that what does that finish line represent? Your purpose. It's finding that gift. It is understanding that once you find that gift, you're using that gift to be a gift to everybody else, to be a gift to the world. But see, the thing about life is that life has a way of putting a lot of obstacles in front of us. Life has a way of slowing us down. But see, like I said earlier, man, the one that's most responsible for most of those things in our life that hinder us, the one responsible for most of those obstacles is us. See, to be quite honest with you, man, yeah, there are a lot of limitations in life. That's true. But the greatest limitations in life are the ones that we place upon ourselves. See, and at some point in our life, y'all, it's going to have to come a time when we get out of our own way and start blocking our own blessings. And so when we talk about that, the reason why I say that's so important is because at some point in your life, if you don't realize that a lot of those greatest limitations are the ones you place on yourself and you don't get out of your own way, the reason why they're so important is because if you never figure that out, if you never come to realization of that, then you'll never make it to the finish line. You'll never find that gift. You'll never find that purpose. And what I want you to understand is that if you never do that, then can you really say that you lived? Can you really say that you found your purpose? What was the point? And as I kept thinking about that and pondering on that, I know this question is going to come up. People are going to be like, okay, so what are some of the main ways that we end up blocking our own blessings? Well, I was doing my research, man, and this is something that I've been preaching for a very long time. I said that, do you know one of the top reasons why most people are never successful in their life? Why they never get to the finish line? What holds them back the most? I mean, yeah, there are a lot of reasons, to be honest with you, procrastination, fear, valuing others' opinions too much, right? not being able to see the beauty in your brokenness. I wonder where we heard that at. There's a lot of reasons. But one of the greatest reasons why most people are never successful is because they simply don't believe in themselves. And what's so crazy is that was like one of the top 5 reasons, if I'm not mistaken, as to why people never find that passion, find that purpose. They never make it to that finish line because they simply didn't believe in themselves. And so I kept pondering on this thought and kept thinking about this. I said that, okay, so what is one of the main reasons why we don't believe in ourselves? Again, man, there are so many reasons, but I really narrowed it down to 2 main consistent reasons as to why. And see, the first reason why is because a lot of us, we're afraid of how gifted we really are. We're afraid that when we get to the finish line and we actually get to that point where we're actually walking in that purpose and we see how gifted we are, we're afraid of how heavy the crown just might be. We'll get to that point and say, oh shit, this shit is real. Like I might be the first person to have to break this generational curse in my family. Like I might have to be the first person to go against the status quo and not do the traditional thing and do what's best for me. I might have to be the person that changes the world around me for one day. And we realize that that's too much. That crown is too heavy, so instead we settle. That's one reason. And see, and the second reason, probably the most important reason, is because when we have that dream and we have that goal and we do find out what our purpose is in life, see, and we share that dream with somebody else, they don't see what we see. And it makes us stop seeing it. Or let me put it like this. We shared our vision with someone who was blind, and it made us lose our vision too. See, and see, that's a lesson really within itself, that you can't share your dreams and your goals with everybody. Like everybody doesn't deserve to have that type of access to you. Everybody doesn't deserve to be able to treat something that's so fragile because they won't treat it with the same care like you will. They won't see the things that you see when you dream. And see, this is going to fuck a lot of people up, but sometimes it's going to be your family and your friends. Sometimes it's going to be the people that you never thought would see it, that you never thought would doubt you, that you never thought would take your dreams and treat them like they were nothing. And see, we think that just because they are our family or just because they are our friends, that they just supposed to automatically believe in us. But what I want you to understand is that until you get to the realization that you have to be okay sometimes with people that even that you love, even the ones close to you, that they might not believe in you, you may never get to where it is you want to go. Because I want you to understand is that if you don't learn to be okay with that, then you may never get to that finish line. You may never find that purpose. You may never use that gift to be a gift. And to take that a step further, I want you to think about it like this. I want you to think about that dream that you've had in your life, a dream that you'll never forget, whatever it may be. And I want you to imagine that you shared that dream with somebody. You told somebody about that dream. See, something I learned when I did that one time is that no matter how detailed I was with that dream, no matter how deep I got into that dream, no matter how well I described that dream, no matter how much imagery I used for that dream, the person that I shared it with, they'll never quite see it the way I saw it. They might have an idea. They might get close. But they'll never quite see it the way I saw it when I dreamt it. See, but I learned that, man, that's okay. Because it was never meant for them to see it anyway. It was only meant for them to support it. See, and again, that's why I said it's so important to watch who you share your dreams and your goals with, because everybody won't support your dreams. And see, sometimes it's going to end up being the people that you always thought would. And if you share it with them and you put too much faith into that, or you put all your trust into that, and when they don't support it, you might give up on the only thing that God put you here to do. Because I want you to understand this. Isn't that how it is in real life? When you got that business plan or you got that goal or you got that dream and you talk about it with somebody and they don't support it, they don't believe in it, or they don't see it, Isn't that how it is? Because one thing I want you to leave, if you didn't hear anything else today, is that they don't have to see it. They don't have to support it. They don't even have to believe in it. But you do. Because at the end of the day, the only person that you need to believe in it is you. Because I want you to understand something. When you believe in it, when you work for it, when you fight for it, and they'll believe in it too one day. But see, the sad thing about that is that you tried to get them to believe in it when you were struggling, trying to figure it out. And they wouldn't do it. So when you do finally make it, now you got to stunt on the very people that you wanted to share the success with. And as messed up as that might be, that's life. But the one thing I want you to understand is that the only person you need to believe, the only person that you need is you. Man, I hope something today, man, spoke to you. I hope it is going to get you through this day, get you through this morning, get you through the rest of this week. And you know, it's nothing but love from me, man, here at SpeakUPZee. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Until next time, this is Influence Radio. Love.